Hey gang, Tim here. Welcome back to the channel. So we're back here with Fred. Good old Fred the farm truck's back in here. It's like 270,000 degrees outside today. But we want to work on Fred to get Fred ready for a little road trip we're going to do next month. So the end of September, we plan on going up to the beautiful state of Kentucky for the weekend. And we want to take Fred on a little Fred adventure. So a few things I want to tighten up on it. The roof has got some dents in it. I'm thinking of pulling the headliner down and just kind of trying to pound them out to try to make it look a little bit better. Throttle bracket we got to fix, and the main thing is the seat right now. This is driving me crazy. So let me bring you in and show you what we got going on. So see, it's all like, it's a blob, and it's kind of sloppy. The back doesn't look too bad. That's actually pretty fine, but the seat part's terrible, and it's driving me crazy. So what my thoughts are, we'll yank the seat out, and if you remember, if you watched the video where we put this interior in, I stuffed a piece of foam in there where the cats had torn up. Well, it looked like a herd of cats had chewed up that seat. So we'll see what we can do to clean that up and hopefully glue down a piece of foam so it doesn't keep popping up. Karina went and bought me another whole big old roll of foam. Maybe we'll do the whole seat. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. But I think in order to get it done and do it somewhat right, like I'd like to have one of the fancy seats in this, but those are pricey. But I like these old school covers. And if we can get that thing all foamed up nice, I think it'll be all right. So let's get the seat out, get it on a table, and see what we can do with it. Make it better than what we have here. All right, so let's get the seat out. I had to break out the reinforcements on this one, but I got to unbolt this critter first. We'll zap this thing out. Those old impacts. Uh-oh. Let me light these here. Got this one, kid? Alright, giving Karina the big power tools. Woo! Just like that. Shazam! I think it's 4. We'll find out in a minute. Alright, please get this last one, then we'll rip this baby out. There, that wasn't so bad after all. It's way easier than I thought. And we'll be able to clean up underneath here pretty well. It's not too bad. It's one broken spring. See what that's to when we flip it over. But yeah, that's good. All right, let's attack this this chair. Made some money today. Okay. Yeah, 16 cents. Appreciate the help.
You're taking me out to dinner, right?
Yeah, with 16 cents.
No, I don't think so, Tim.
There, not so bad. Let's go take that seat cover off and look at this seat. See what we're dealing with. From the back here, it looks pretty bad. It's still moldy, but it's good to get this out and get it good and cleaned up. We put this thing on. It came with like 1 million strings, so hopefully the back came out pretty good. It's more the bottom that I'm concerned with, but it's a one-piece critter. So let's get this off and we'll see what we're dealing with. Sure is a lot easier out of the truck. Trying to do this in the truck is a major pain in the patooth. Ready for the moment of truth, the unveiling of the beautifulness here. Oh, I see where that spring came from. There's a bonus spring. Holy macaroon. I tight, did a pretty good job. There we go. Now we can do an official unveiling. Look at that. I actually really love this factory velour, but it's kind of falling apart. Then we got this, and this, and then the chewed up part. So, I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Bring you in a little closer. I'll show you what we got. So this is what we were dealing with. I have this foam stuffed inside of here. And it was all, as you can see, all bunched up and cocky. So make that go away. And what my thoughts are, so I had kind of cut out this area, and I think I'm going to chew it out a little bit better so we can fit a piece of new foam in here. Patch these holes, put a new piece of foam in this pocket, glue it right down, and then take a full sheet, cover the whole seat. We'll glue it right down over this old velour. Even though I love this old velour, it's nice. But this is like, Fred's a low budget machine for now. Green asked me to make it pretty, so I'm probably going to have to put some paint to it over the winter here, but probably after Christmas. Back to the seat. So piece of foam, patch this in, glue a new piece down, and then with the seat cover, you can still see the factory vinyl a bit over here, so I want to keep that. And it keeps going down like this, so I think I'm just going to take some big old honking hog rings that I got, and just so it doesn't keep rolling down, that's all. The rest is fine. So let's get some foaming done and do something here, even if it's wrong. I think it'll come out good though. I got the good shears from the house. I'm just going to trim this up, try to square it up some. It's not so jagged and rough looking, I guess. You can see the fellow's getting in and out. Really worn right there, so we're gonna have to add an extra piece right in that corner. I don't know why they don't make new cars with this nice velour. I love the velour. I think it's taking this piece, doing a little tuck and roll right in there to kind of build this area up. It all seems pretty good except right here. Then we'll put a whole piece over it, but there's like a divot right here, so I'm gonna build that up a little bit. Cutting this with shears really works well. Yeah, there we go. That'll be good there. One thing is kind of cut this to match this hole to here. Just eyeballing this whole thing. This one we'll tuck in the front a little. Using the magic eyeball. Once you get this glued in, then I'm going to hog ring this together so this doesn't slide down the bottom. And then we'll cover it with the one piece of foam. Let me get that adhesive. Alright, so the can says to spray it on like crazy, and I'll let it tack, and it says 1 to 10 minutes. So we'll go like 3 minutes. We'll give it a good soaking. I don't know how much you need, so I'll put a lot. That should do it. We'll let it sit, flash for like 5 minutes. We'll come back, stick this piece on, then we'll do the next piece. Actually, I can glue this. We can do that at the same time. Yep. Well, this is tacking, the other one's going to be tacking. Got it all set. Let's do the whole thing. We'll do the whole thing. Hey, Frank. Okay, stand by. We're going to let it tack up. All right, I think that's enough tack time. So let's see what we can do. Get this one in. Ooh, it really sticks. Sticks right to it. All right, I'm going to put a little on the top of this one too. Let all that tack for a sec. Woo. Help it along a little. It's like 102 today. It's like 102. It's really hot. All right, so I think this is tacked up enough. Put this on carefully. Right. Groove it. Hey, is that the right way? Got it. Giving this a tuck inside, and then we will do the old hog ring trick. Oh yeah, that looks better already. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, mucho better. Look at that. Love it. Love it, love it. The only ones they had were the ones for chain link fence. Big kahunas, but they'll work. Look at my pliers are big enough. The guys that know how many of these we put in from the farm. Just want to keep this side from falling down. Put a few more in the front here for good measure. We're going to wrap that other foam down over this and glue it to it. So there we go. Locked it together. We'll put 3 on here. There, that's all kind of stitched together pretty nice. So let's cut the big piece that's going to go over this whole top. Kind of cut it to fit so it goes over. This is what we've got. 1 inch thick foamage. I think it was like, I think the label said 7'6". But I'm thinking a little overhang action like that. Seat will still go. We'll do a little roll. I'm really thinking we'll leave this whole thing on the front. Okay, so I just cut like a little notch in the corner. It just rolls around. Let's get this in adhesive sprayed. See what we can do. We'll shut the fan off. Sorry if you get fan noise. It's like I said before, it's really hot. Tack time. Let's let it tack up. Well, guys, let's see if it'll work. Let's try it. I think that's good. Once the cover's on here, tightening that down. Look at that. That looks pretty darn good. I guess we'll throw that cover on it. See what we can do with it. Let's see what our little happy cover will do. This was blue. It reminds me of old Lou Whitmer's truck. Wow, what do you think, guys? That looks awesome. So much better. Woo-hoo. Now we just got to figure out how to get this all secured in there. Nice. So the first thing, now that we got that pretty much fitted on here, is we want to take these straps and tie them back to underneath here to keep the middle of that nice and tight so it doesn't keep getting pulled forward. So we got, is there 5 straps here? So we'll tie a string to that, get it to the underside, get that nice and tight, and then we can work on, I guess the back, we'll get this back tightened up. I wonder if we could tighten this to this and sandwich them down. That may work. A couple down to the bottom. Probably to here. because that way there will give us our flexibility. All right, so look at the back. Looks pretty awesome. Nice and tight. So I'll show you what I did here. Look at, I took some zip ties. Pulled it to that string. Did the same on this side. Got some zip ties. Things gonna be good. So let's flip it over and we'll see what we can do with the bottom to get that one tightened up. I'm a little concerned with the sides. These sides right here. It's like they only have these two. But let's flip it over and see what we can do. Let's get a couple of these front ones in first, and then we'll kind of come around to the corner. But I just want to tighten this one up pretty well, see what we can tie off to. So just add a couple of hog rings in here. We got these big old grooves, and that'll give us a nice big hoop there to go through. We're not fighting with those old ones. Trim up some of this foam. So foam is sticking down a little too far. So I think we can cut off like 1.5 inches or so. I think this would have been good if we had the fabric long enough to go all the way down, but it doesn't. I love these little pockets, they're super cool. So that came out really well. And we just gotta attack this corner. And it's looking pretty straight. So we gotta get this tuckaronied in here. So just trying to figure the best way to do that. This down there. I think first I'll take this corner, put a string on this corner, and just kind of pull it down into the frame. I'll probably have to put another hog ring action in there. Don't need the helm wandering away. Dutch. Find the groove action. There it is. Good girl, Dutchie. Dutchie's working with us today. Dutchie the knucklehead. Look at that. That looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. Tie this baby off. We gotta figure this bad boy out. So I think let's take that piece of plastic off. I'm gonna grab a screw gun and get that out. A couple of screwy doodies. Need a new tip. There goes one, two. Alright, there we go. I think that's going to be good. I'm just going to tie this to the framework down here. I think we're going to call that good. That's good. I don't know. What do you think? Should we try to put something in here? Just leave it. Feels like there should be a tab here. But I'm afraid if I pull it, I don't want to tear it. Let's leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. If it poses a problem, I'll grab this string and maybe come up to here and pull it down. But I just don't want to. Oh, the dilemmas. It's right here. Maybe I will poke a hole. And something's telling me it's a bad idea. Something's telling me it's a bad idea. I'm going to stop. So that's good for that side. We'll do the same on the other side. And then I'll round crane if she's behind the camera. Up. get this bad dog in the truck. All right, let me stitch this back together and do the other side. We'll catch you on the reload. We got it all together. Look at that. Nice and smooth all the way across. It's a thing of beauty. So we just got to stick the old seat belts in the holes. I'm gonna round the boss up to help me. You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. We got this critter loaded back in old Fred. I think it's gonna be a big, big difference. Can't wait to bounce on it and try it. Stuff these down, old hole-a-roni. Got 'em?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. You got them?
Yep.
All right, cool. Feeling strong?
Nope.
Okay. Grab that side. All right, like a brand new seat.
How am I gonna do this?
Get in there and crawl? I don't know. Look at that, perfect. Almost there, kid. Almost in. A little bit further. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. That came out awesome. It's a thing of beauty. So we just got to bolt it in and we'll be all set. Put our little center console back in. But really, 1,000 times better. We bolt it in, I'll bring you in here and show you what we got going on with it all finished. But boy, that's a huge, huge improvement. Really happy. Hey guys, it's the next day and we got the seat all bolted in. It really, really looks good. But first I want to share with you, you just saw Dutchie in our video there. She was hanging out with me working in the garage here yesterday. Well, we lost Dutchie this morning. So I'm pretty sad, but figured the best way is just to keep on working on Fred and keep my mind off things. But Dutchie was my buddy and she was only 8. She had found out this morning she had a huge cancer tumor and it ruptured and we lost her this morning. So I'm pretty sad, but we're gonna keep on going, work on Fred here. I wanna pop the headliner out, see if we can get some of these dents out. So let's get to work, keep on trucking, and we'll keep Dutchie with us. Her son's hanging out with me today, old Bear. Right, buddy? Hey, Bum? You gonna come work with us? Yeah, good boy. All right, let's get back to work. All right, guys, before we go tearing apart the headliner and banging on the roof, I want to show you how nice this came out. Nice and tight, the bottom. Look, it's nice and smooth. It came out awesome. No more big lumpy lumps in here. It's just nice. This area here where that hole was filled in nice. And it came out pretty awesome. Let me open it up. Look at that. What an improvement. Shut the door. Look at that. You walk up to Fred. Fred's interior is looking pretty snazzy. I'm really happy. All right, let's get tear into this roof and see if we can get that all fixed up there. Well, guys, that was a fail. So my hope was to get this dent and kind of pop it up from the inside. Well, it's a double wall. It's been so long since I looked at one of these without a headliner. I thought it was just a single sheet metal. I'd be able to pop this up through the webbing, but it's a double bubble. So most of you probably already knew that and probably were saying, you big dummy, you should have known. Well, I didn't. So I'm gonna try with the hot glue and suction cup thing to see if we can maybe pull these up. And we'll put the headliner back in. Try. Well, all of that was a complete failure. Headliner, we know better now. Trying to pull it up with the suction cups. That metal is just too heavy for that Harbor Freight suction cup thingy we tried. So we're gonna wait till we do the body work. We're gonna leave the wounds on the roof. Complete fail. We're moving on. One last thing I wanna do is the throttle bracket is like on an angle. Well, it's down low because I put the spacer and all on. So now it's errant and I think it's making the pedal hard. So I wanna rework that bracket so it's up straight. I'll show you. I'm gonna bring you in and show you exactly what I'm talking about, what we're gonna do. See how it's pointing downhill? I want to get that critter straight. So we're right You know, we've got the old geometry correct there, because instead of pulling down, just pull straight across. We'll see what happens. So that's the plan. So let me take that bracket all off, and we'll cut it, chop it, and see what we can do to raise it up some. All right, so we got that bracket off. That back bolt is a pain in the butt, but we got it. So my plan is to take this old factory bracket, and in full butchery barbarism mode, I'm gonna zip this right off here. So I'm gonna cut that off, extend this up an inch, and then the same with this critter here, this side. I'll cut it off right there, zap it off, cut a piece of scrap metal, whatever I can find flying around here, 1 inch, and then extend that whole thing up and just stitch it back together, and we should be good. And then bolt it back in, and it'll give us our elevation change that we need to get that cable straight. So let's see what we can hack in. We got 2 perfect little squares. So we'll get these welded in. There we go. We got our bracket all chopped up. Now we got to weld it back together and make sure we do it the correct way. So let's get the old welder machine out here, use our handy dandy stairs, and we'll see if we can screw this up. We call that GE, good enough. It's all welded together. We'll clean this critter up, give it a paint, and we'll get this sucker back together. It's fine. Paint it, nobody will see it. Look at it. Stand 5 feet away, it looks perfect. Just give it a little GE. So I got the bracket successfully butchered together and extended. So let's throw this baby in and see if we got the correct geometry, or at least better than it was. I probably should have just bought the Hollywood. We got it in there. It took a whole bunch of fighting, tweaking, but we got it. It's a heck of a lot better. Check it out. So it's way better than it was. Let me bring it down here a little bit. You can see it's not perfectly straight, but man, it's a heck of a lot better. And I jumped in the truck, hit the pedal, 1,000,000 times better. Really, really, really like it. So I think that's it. The only thing I'm gonna do is right here. Where is it? Right there. I'm gonna hook that charcoal canister up into the vent on the bottom. Like, I got an air cleaner cover that has a hole right there in the So I'm gonna pipe that into there, see if that'll suck some of them fumes out, because it keeps fuming out the garage, and even in the truck you can get some gas fumes coming in. So we'll see. We'll probably do that. But hey, for now we're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you for watching all the way to the end here. Really, 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 really appreciate you. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you haven't already, please do. It means the world to me. So thanks a bunch. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.